Okay, my dear students, welcome again. This is your didactic class. So, how do you feel? Tired? No? I feel good.
No, teacher. I'm
Excellent.
feeling very good.
Excellent. Really nice. So, do you have a homework, right? A short homework. Ready or not? Remember, your homework was just to explain the cycle. So, do we have a homework, right? Yes? Please say, yes, teacher, do we have homework? Yes or no?
Yes, we have.
Okay, excellent. So the homework was very easy, just to explain the cycle. Can you please help me to, what are the topics in the cycle? Mm-hmm.
Plan,
Plants. This is the first one, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Learn,
plants. Learn.
do, and assess.
Okay, plants. The second,
Learn,
learn. The third one.
do,
Okay, and the last one,
assess.
assessed or assessment. I was confused. I was assessment and the last one do. No?
No, the last one is assess.
Assessed. Okay. Okay, the procedure. So learn, plan, do, and assess. Okay, who wants to start? Just to give a brief. It's not a big presentation. Just tell me as a teachers, what do you understand about the cycle? And then we are going to start with the real problems in class. Okay, please volunteer or may I choose by myself? Five, four, three, two. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, yes, Mauricio.
Excuse me, can you repeat that question?
Yes, you are going to explain the cycle.
The cycle.
Excuse me.
No, no, nothing.
Okay, so are you ready, Mauricio, or may I choose? ¿O puedo elegir
No,
yo?
choose.
Okay, let's see. Voy a elegir en orden alfabético. Who's the first one on my list? Alessandra Juarez. Okay, Ale, you are the first one. Ready, teacher?
Yes, I think.
Okay, and the next one is going to be Eli Rivera. Okay, well, there are many options to teach a language, Alessandra, but the procedure is almost the same. But it's not necessary to follow a rule, Alessandra. For example, if you want, you can plan it first. If you want, you can assess first. It depends of your students. In my case, I like to planning first, then I like to, well, sometimes I like to study with my students a new topic that is learning procedures. And I always use the option do, the procedure do, as the last option. Assessment, I always try to assess all my students. Not 100% because Alessandra, as a teacher, you have to give 50%. No tienen que darle todo a los alumnos. O sea, aquí está ahí, no, o sea, tienen que hacer que ellos se activen, tienen que hacer que ellos piensen. So, how do you understand the cycle?
You told us it's not necessary to follow maybe the same process. We want
Mm-hmm.
to, but the topic tell us that it's important to follow these four keys, these four elements.
Mm-hmm.
Because one to another complemented the last one or the next one. Okay, I understand that plan, learn, do, and assess.
Uh-huh.
Plan, what you see, I was reading another pages, And I saw that the one before plan is like observe. I mean, you have to observe your students, you have to watch them and you see what they need, what they lack of, and what are you going to do for them. Okay, so for this reason, we are going to work with that with those four, but you have to plan. And even if you are planning, if you see that something is not happen like you plan, you have to see how you are going to solve this problem.
Mhm.
So the
Stop.
plan,
I got a question.
yeah,
This is going to be in Spanish. Suponete que suponete que hoy es tu primer día de trabajo en una institución pública o privada. Aunque hay una gran diferencia en trabajar en un público a trabajar en un privado. Más adelante vamos a hablar de eso. Pero, ¿cómo harías vos? Vaya, ok, mire, usted va como maestra de octavo grado. ¿Le entrarías a los alumnos así de un solo, con patada al pecho? ¿O cómo harías para vos saber más o menos cómo actuar con ellos? Porque eso es bien importante. Porque cuando
claro,
uno,
romper el hielo.
ajá, pero
Sí,
cuando la primera impresión es muy importante.
muy importante,
Es lo
exactamente.
primero que ellos se memorizan de un maestro. Ellos te analizan incluso cómo te vestís. Bueno, cuando yo estoy presencial, yo soy un poco, a mí me gusta andar bien arreglada cuando es cuestión de trabajo. Vaya, cuando estamos aquí en la casa es distinto, pero lo que te quiero decir que tu primer día de clases, la actitud. Les voy a contar algo en lo que Alessandra me da su opinión. Yo recuerdo un maestro que yo tuve en bachillerato, fue en primer año. Cuando él entró, él medía como 2 metros. Cuando él entró al salón de clases, nos saludó. O sea, todos nos los quedamos viendo, los recuerdo súper bien. Él entró de un solo a clases, nos saludó, se fue de un solo a la pizarra, puso su nombre y se quedó viendo para el infinito. Se puso la pizarra en la boca y se quedó viendo para el infinito. Estaba joven él en ese momento. De repente se acercó un alumno y le dijo así de un solo, de patada, ¿qué harías? Le dijo si ganaras $1.000.000. O sea, logró captar la atención de todos. Todo el mundo se quedó callado. Todo el mundo se quedó callado. No fue el típico maestro que buenos días, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre. Eso está ya bien trillado. O sea, eso, ay, ya este maestro se va a presentar, qué aburrido, que no sé qué. Estoy hablando en la cuestión presencial. O sea, estoy hablando en la cuestión cuando estábamos presencial, que un día vamos a volver y cuando ustedes ya sean maestros, ustedes les va a tocar presencial. Entonces, esa primera reacción, ahí el maestro a todos nos cayó súper bien. ¿Por qué? Porque nos ganó el miedo. O sea, una cosa es el miedo y otra cosa es, en este caso, el respeto. A veces es bueno que el alumno tenga cierto miedo hacia el maestro, porque entonces el alumno se comporta. Estoy hablando con los teenagers, no estoy hablando en los adultos. Ya un adulto de por sí se sabe comportar. Pero en el caso si ustedes quieren trabajar con teenagers, es muy importante que se bajen al nivel de la clase que ustedes están dando. Por ejemplo, yo estoy dando clases aquí con ustedes. La metodología que yo utilizo en mi academia de inglés es muy diferente a la que utilizo con ustedes. De hecho, con ustedes es mejor. Porque en el caso de la academia la gente entra a aprender porque ellos solamente quieren aprender inglés porque quieren aprender a hablarlo. En el caso de ustedes no, es una forma profesional. A ellos no tengo que enseñarles cómo actuar en un salón de clases. Entonces, ¿cómo harías tú en este caso, Alessandra? Tu primer día de clases en un salón de octavo grado.
Pues pienso que todo empieza desde la postura, desde cómo uno, las facciones de su cara. Creo que todo va con una actitud. No puedo
Ujú.
llegar a un lugar cabizbaja o con la postura mal. Esto no quiere decir que sea, ay, ella se la fe, sino que todo es por, como usted dijo, respeto, ¿ok? Podemos ser amigos, pero siempre tiene que haber un balance entre profesor y estudiante,
Ujú.
por el respeto, ¿ok?
Ok.
Así saludar, tratar de
Ujú.
ganar la confianza y, claro, no patada al pecho, como usted dijo, porque primero no nos queremos llevar de enemigos y no vamos a tratar de una vez de atacarlos.
Ujú. Ok,
Creo que todo es
nice. Excellent.
importante en esto y
Perfect.
empezar a observarlos.
Nice. Okay, continue please with your presentation.
Ok, So I said that if you plan, okay, but it's not a cooking recipe, okay? You don't have to follow like this and that because if something
It
or
is
like
impossible because
exactly,
you're going to have different kind of essence.
exactly.
Yes.
So if a problem happens, you have to know or you have to invent in that case,
Mm-hmm.
not improvise, but you have to invent a solution for this problem.
Mm-hmm.
So you are going to plan like a alternative, but this doesn't mean that you are going to follow like a rule. Okay,
Yes.
when you have the plan, you are going to learn with your students, right? You're going to use this that you planned before, but in that case, you are going to experiment that kind of
Mm-hmm.
you have to learn because my one student is not the same like the other student, right? So in
Mm-hmm.
that case, that you are learning how the student learn and experiment the learning. Then
Okay.
you are going to always do beyond the theory or just write and reading. Okay, you have
Mm-hmm.
to do in the action. Your plan isn't going to be action, and you are going to have the product and that is going to have with the access. You have to monitor
Mm-hmm.
your actions, what you plan, and if your plan has been a result or your result has a need of your expectation, and in the assess you're going to discover the opportunities to improve in your process for the another experience. So for that reason, it's interesting that you have to follow these four elements.
Okay. Really nice. Thank you. Really nice participation. Thank you so much, Alessandra. So let's see. Let's continue with Eli Rivera. Okay, Eli, are you ready? Oops. Eli, yes. 5, 4, 3. Eli Rivera 2. Eli Rivera 1. Okay. I don't know what happened with you. Ale, choose one student, please.
Then Jackie,
Okay, thank you. Okay, Jackie, I don't know what happened with Ellie. She's always ready. Okay, Jackie, hello.
Hello.
Okay, nice. Ready? Always, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, don't worry. This is going to be very easy. So how do you understand the cycle?
Okay. Uh, I think that the first is plan because before go to the classroom and teach something, we have to plan the class, to do a lesson plan maybe, organize the time, the schedule, and the
Mm-hmm.
activities that we need to do in the classroom. Then learn because if we teach, we learn too because a student, we can learn from the students too. And we can
Hey,
learn
I like
about,
it. Hey, I like it. Escuchen lo que dice Jackie. Could you please repeat it, Jackie?
that we, when we are in a classroom, we can learn from the students too.
Yes. The teachers never stop learning. For example, yes, I'm a teacher. Yes, I'm a licenciada, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I got a specialization. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yes, perfect. But I always pay attention to my students' ideas. Why? Because we are going to have different kind of problems, situation. For example, one of the problems, well, not the problems, but one of the problems that I faced it up before the pandemic, during the pandemic, was the technology. I'm really good using computer programs, but I got to be assessment from another students. Yes, I got good students at technology. So they told me how to use some apps. So you have to feel free and you had to, no sé quién decía ayer, but you had to open your mind and listen to your students. Okay, I like it. I'm a teacher like that. I like to listen my students. I respect their opinions. Okay, continue, Jackie.
Yeah, and because we are not perfect, we probably will make mistakes in class, so we can learn from that mistakes too.
Mm-hmm.
And then uh, it is do because we can improve uh, our classes. We can do others or another activities, and the last is assess, but I consider assess is not just a step at the end. Um, Assess is in everything that we do inside the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that is
Okay.
my opinion.
Pregunta de parcial, señores. There are two kinds of assessment. One is summative assessment and the second is formative assessment. En mi caso, a mí me gusta la forma, en este caso, de formative assessment. Why? Because the formative assessment involves the evaluation of the students' learning over the course. How the effect. If as a teacher, I have an effective procedure, effective learning, lo que les decía ayer. I really like to make sure all my students, one, participate. Ya vieron, ¿verdad? O sea, la clase, y si ustedes tuvieran todas las clases conmigo, en todas las clases participaran. No soy de las maestras que, ok, vamos a leer este párrafo y escuchen, no, hombre. O sea, you have to be an active teacher, an active student. So there are two assessments. One is summative. ¿Cuál es la sumativa? Ah, te doy un examen, sacaste 8. Ok, este es buen alumno. Te doy un examen, sacaste 2. Uy, este alumno no sirve. So, ok, tenemos que hacer exámenes. Ok, tenemos que hacer parciales. But there are two assessments. Summative and formative. Summative is when you give a grade to your students. Okay, you got 10. Oh my God, you are very intelligent. No way. You got 5. Okay, no, you are very clumsy student. I prefer the formative. I would like to change the education system in El Salvador because most institutions are focused on summative and not formative. A mí un alumno no me dice, por su nota no me dice quién es. A mí un alumno me dice quién es por su formación, por su forma, como formación, teacher. Si el alumno participa, si el alumno cumple con sus tareas, si el alumno promueve, en este caso, hacer algún tipo de actividad, si o sea, que yo le vaya a decir, vaya, miren, aquí está este párrafo, aprenda a hacerlo. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre sumativo y formativo? No, hombre. Fácil, sumativo, suma, formativo, el alumno que se forma. Yo prefiero formar maestros. Yo prefiero formar maestros. Okay, so, lady, you finish, please? Hello, hello? Jackie?
Yeah,
Okay, so,
I'm here.
okay, yes, of course. So, you already finished or is there is anything else?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so as a teacher, Jackie, What's your opinion about summative and formative? Se prepara Irene.
Yeah, we have two kinds of assessment. So summative assess when you have to give um, a grade to
Mhm,
the students, and for example, in a test or in some activity. And
mhm.
formally is when you teach some values, when you
Formative.
yeah, formative.
Mhm,
Formative when you teach values and you probably uh, give them feedback,
mhm.
something that help them to improve in their life.
Okay. Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Really nice participation. Thank you, Jackie. Next, Irene, could you please explain us the cycle, the system cycle?
Okay, as the cycle seems, every teacher has to do a plan to
Mhm,
how he's going to teach in a classroom. And during the process, the teacher is learning because, as Jackie said, we are not perfect. We make mistakes, and we are learning during the process how because we can plan our classes, but there are things that happen that we cannot control them, and for that reason
mhm,
we are learning during the process because there are
mhm,
situations that we didn't imagine that it would happen. So then we are doing what we plan to do during the process, or we are doing maybe all the topics we will practice, and at the end we are going to evaluate
mhm,
what we do. But there are teacher who evaluate before the classes or before start. And for me, it's okay because they want to make sure if the student have this knowledge, and for that reason they assess. But it's okay if at the end of the cycle is there is the evaluation,
mhm.
because at the end we can see if the student learned
Or
what the
maybe
teacher,
understand the topic.
yeah, or if they understood the topic. And for that reason, at the end is a good idea, and it's really important to follow the cycle, because we know that everything is step by step, and we have to
Yes.
be organized.
Okay, excellent. I like it. Thank you so much, Irene. Let's continue. Mauricio, please give us your explanation about
Okay.
the cycle system.
Here, one of the first steps that the teacher should do is planify. I mean, the classes, the activities, different situations that can be given in the classroom. I think it's very important and it's the best thing that the teacher can do, planify, preview some difficulties, some things that the students can have problem with, and after that, making a good assessment of everything. As we know, there are many different kinds of assessment depending on the on the on the purpose that we need. For example, we have the summative and formative. Both has different ways to see the things, different uh, proportions, and also we have, for example, initial, procedural, and final assessments that could be for example, the diagnostic test at the beginning of each period, then the procedural that help us to change our dynamics, change our way to give the class according to the students' necessities, and the final helping us to measure the achievements that the students reached during the period.
When you said, excuse me, when you said a student's necessity, I like it because in the future, you don't know if you are going to work in a public or in a private institution, or maybe you are going to have your own English academy. So you have to know the necessities. For example, in my English academy, the principal objective is to make my students speak fluently because they just want to learn English. Most of them because they like to, well, they are thinking to work in a call center, and most of them because they travel, so they have to, and but the rest is just because they like to learn languages. This is in my English academy, but in this scenario, in this stage, is totally completely different 100% because I'm assessment to all of you to be a professional. So the necessities change, right? So I like what you said. Try to know the student's necessity. I like it. Okay, continue.
Yes, and also we can apply assessment to the contents and see what contents can be handful for the students. We can see also if the contents can be mixed with our own creativity, because for example in the public schools and private schools in the country many use just grammar, that is good, but they let aside the listening part, the skills. They just focus on learning the language instead
Mm-hmm.
of acquiring. So
Yes.
I think it's necessary to put our own effort and try to make a mix in different ways that the student can learn, because
Mm-hmm.
there are also some students that just can't speak or just can't listen because they have difficulty in those parts. Uh, and they can learn through grammar or read maybe, but no all are equal. So we need to make a differentiation among the students,
Mm-hmm.
and that be all.
Okay. Excelente. Yo creo que todos van a sacar 10 en el parcial, cipotes. Muy bien. Thank you so much, Mauricio. Okay, Ellie, please. Are you there? Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Sorry.
Perfect. Hey, lástima que Anita está teniendo problemas de internet. Ok, let's see. Creo que no me falta nadie, creo yo. Jackie creo que sí ya pasó también. Yo creo que no me falta nadie. Me avisan ahí, ok. Ellie, please give us your explanation about the cycle system.
Okay. Like my classmate said, the cycle is a good way if you're a teacher to planning your classes because you need to take your time to planning your class, all the material that you're going to use, or
Mhm,
try to think about all the techniques, all the methodology that you're going to use with your students. But I think that you need to be able like a teacher, to identify the learning style of the student, because not all students learn by the same the same style. You need to
Mm-hmm.
identify how the student it will be learning, right? Also, you like a teacher, you need to organize your time, your lesson, and also you're going to manage your, oh my goodness, what is this? You're going to know how to manage your time,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to have maybe free time to improve some areas, because you like a teacher and a student, like and a student and teacher together, it's going to grow up like a team, because we need to stop learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
um, I think that it's all that I can tell you about that.
Excellent. A, they try to control the time. For example, eh, when I was studying at the university, it was a very different stage because I was studying in a presential way. I remember one of the classes that I took about my career was methodology 1 and 2. The problem that I face it up now, I'm a teacher, is the teacher always speak. They, yes, all the time. I couldn't remember if I have the time or if I have the opportunity to express my ideas. By the way, we were almost 40 students in a classroom. Um, when I was starting to be a teacher, I decided to change that stage. Then, when I got my first opportunity to teach English in a private school, my first group were around 30, yes, 32 students. But I always make sure all my students participate in class. Not just the intelligence or not just the most um, outcoming or extrovert. No, I want to always make sure my all students participate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are teaching kids. It doesn't matter if you are teaching teenagers or adults. O en este caso, teaching adults for to be a professional. 100% students have to participate in class. So, as a teachers, don't forget that. Make your students participate. Create a good environment. Make feel your students feel comfortable in class. Okay, you are going to have different kind of students, but right now most of the students can speak English. Créanme que sí, yo me he topado con, es súper raro ahora encontrarse a alguien que no sepa la base del inglés. So, this is going to be one of the advantages for you as a teachers. ¿Por qué? Porque la mayoría hoy ya habla un idioma. Que no lo hablan bien is another point. So, really nice participation, my dearest students. And we conclude with this one. So, solving real problems in class. Antes de irnos al break, les voy a poner un video. Quiero que por favor tomen nota, porque son situaciones que pasan en clases. So please pay attention to the video.
Anybody with good sense ought to be weary of a stranger, okay? But maybe you don't have good sense because you're sitting here arguing with me and you're making me mad, and I'm gonna send you to the office if you don't shut up!
Hey, hey, you're tweaking right now.
That does it.
You're tweaking. You're tweaking.
Mister, I am serious. Wipe that smirk off your face now.
All of you! There is no hope for you. There is no hope. You get yelled at like this every block just by substitutes because you think you can walk in and pull crap on them, right?
Yeah.
Then get out. Stay out. Get out. Out. Because you just said you're going to give substitutes crap because you can. Now you can't do it. Out.
I just paired my headphones listening to this audio thing, so just gonna do this now.
Out. Why?
Yeah.
Because things will be a lot better around here if you're not in here.
I'm just gonna nut up and shut up. I'm just gonna sit here and do this. So,
Miss Grossman, come here for a second.
No.
You better come here before I break your legs. I'll snap your head.
You must be very careful because it can be the end of this class for you.
Wait, where'd you go from? Dutch? You're Dutch? You like did it? Bring it on.
Second part is who did all, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
I will be very careful too.
What? What did I do?
With your behavior, or it might be
She gurgles the
the
color.
end of this class for you.
What did I do? I'm just sitting here.
Your behavior
Friend, don't put
towards
up with
me
that
is
fucking shit.
inappropriate.
What the
And
fuck
you
did
know
I?
it.
Yo, I'm just laughing.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. It's a natural
I can laugh.
thing.
Standard
If I think something's funny, I can fucking laugh if I
means
want.
we're going now to combine the life terms.
Dick
I
for
have
both.
here
Do
X
it.
Just shut the fuck up! Shut up!
You come with me to see Mr. Norton.
No, we're good.
No, we're not.
Do it again.
So negative.
Again. Again. No, are you? What level of lying do you not believe? You lie all the time. You did not give it to him. He had to walk around the room looking for it. Yes or no? Is that what happened? Did you give it to him? Or did he have to walk all the way around the room, pick it up off your table and sit down? Yes or no? Which one happened? What I said or what you said? So you lied. Yes. How did you not lie? You said you gave it to him.
When you came back.
No, go outside. Go outside. No, take your iPad with you. You're going to have to do the assignment on your own. So, who gave you the iPad? Oh, you don't read it? All right. You know what? I'm going to write everybody up.
No, it was either Christian or George.
Well, everyone's going to get written up in this whole class. Since we play games like this and we can't remember who did what.
It was me.
Why are we doing this stuff? Why? Why is it okay?
Brenda gave it to me.
It was on my desk. I didn't even know who it was.
I'm glad you're still smiling about it. It's so hilarious to you, isn't it? Go outside. I told you to go outside. Why are you still here? Because you... What? Who took your backpack?
No one.
So you set it there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I went to the bathroom.
Why are you guys on the wrong seat? Because you want to do what you want?
No.
Yes?
Yes. Okay.
What's so funny? Why can't you pay attention to what's going on here? You want to look out there, you join them. Go. Go out there and join them. It's so funny. I think, oh, I'm not kidding. You want to laugh and watch what's going out there? Go join them out there. Go back to your seat. Actually, no, you go out there too. Since you're confused and you want to do your own stuff, you go out there too. I'm writing all three of you up. This has to stop. This immature stuff has to stop. Christian, did you know whose iPad it was?
No, sir.
No? So what are you supposed to do when you have an iPad that you don't know whose it is?
Turn it in.
Give it to me and I might tell you to go to the office. Why didn't you do that? Because you thought it'd be fun to do your own thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Good job. Way to go. Writing you up too. This has to stop. Since you all want to make the wrong decision, I want to make the right one for you. And I'm going to write you up. Because you guys want to play games in my class. All right. Now today.
All right, this is the American system
You may have been writing down.
education. Okay, so my dear students, so we are going to have a little break and we are going to see again at 10 o'clock. So be on time to discuss the teachers and students attitude. Okay, my dear students, see you at 10.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.